As far as I'm concerned. In my opinion, according to what I think. As far as I'm concerned, this approach offers the most effective solution to our problem. As far as I'm concerned, the deadline extension will benefit the overall quality of the project. As far as I'm concerned, transparency is the key to building trust with clients and stakeholders. From my perspective. From my point of view, or how I see things. From my perspective, this proposal aligns perfectly with our long-term strategic objectives. From my perspective, improving employee engagement should be our top priority moving forward. From my perspective, focusing on innovation will set us apart from our competitors in the market. In my view. In my opinion or judgment. In my view, the proposed budget cuts will negatively impact our ability to deliver quality services. In my view, the current customer feedback system isn't efficient enough to address issues quickly. In my view, collaboration between departments should be prioritized for better project outcomes. If you ask me, when giving your personal opinion, if you ask me, the deadline for this assignment should be extended to ensure high-quality work. If you ask me, the current process for onboarding new employees is too lengthy and complicated. If you ask me, we should focus on improving customer satisfaction before launching new products. I strongly believe that. Emphasizing a firm opinion or belief. I strongly believe that consistent communication is the foundation of a successful project. I strongly believe that investing in technology will be a game changer for the future of our business. I strongly believe that customer loyalty stems from delivering value and maintaining trust over time. It seems to me that a softer way of expressing an opinion. It seems to me that increasing our online presence could significantly boost our brand visibility. It seems to me that we're overlooking important opportunities to enhance customer satisfaction. It seems to me that more training is needed to ensure everyone understands the new software. I hold the opinion that to have a firm view of something. I hold the opinion that we need to diversify our product offerings to capture a broader audience. I hold the opinion that remote work should remain a viable option for employees post-pandemic. I hold the opinion that strong leadership is critical to driving company success in challenging times. I'm of the belief that to believe or be convinced of something. I'm of the belief that increasing our social media presence will attract a younger demographic. I'm of the belief that a customer-centric approach will ensure long-term success for the business. I'm of the belief that revising our product offerings will better meet the needs of our target market. To my mind. According to my thinking or understanding. To my mind, we should focus more on enhancing our digital marketing efforts for better outreach. To my mind, the current pricing strategy isn't aligned with the value our product offers customers. To my mind, fostering collaboration between departments will lead to more innovative solutions. I'd argue that expressing an opinion you are willing to defend. I'd argue that the current planned scope is too ambitious given our current resources and timeline. I'd argue that diversifying our product line will open up new market opportunities for the company. I'd argue that setting more realistic deadlines would reduce stress and improve overall work quality. I'm convinced that you are completely sure of something. I'm convinced that our latest product will exceed market expectations and become a bestseller. I'm convinced that expanding into new markets is the next logical step for our company's growth. I'm convinced that customer feedback is the key to improving our services and maintaining loyalty. My stance is that your position or opinion on an issue. My stance is that diversity in the workplace is essential for fostering creativity and innovation. My stance is that strong leadership is vital for guiding the team through periods of uncertainty. My stance is that improving customer service should be a core component of our business strategy. As I see it. The way I interpret or understand something. As I see it, expanding our services into new regions will provide significant growth opportunities. As I see it, focusing on customer satisfaction should be our number one priority moving forward. As I see it, remote work has the potential to improve overall employee productivity and satisfaction. I reckon that. I think or believe that. I reckon that we need to invest more in technology to stay ahead in the competitive market. I reckon that the proposed changes will improve overall efficiency and streamline our workflow. I reckon that providing additional training to the sales team will boost their overall performance. In my opinion. A general way of sharing a personal view. In my opinion, the current timeline for the project is overly ambitious and needs adjustment. In my opinion, improving communication within the team will lead to better project outcomes. In my opinion, a customer-centric approach should always be at the heart of our business strategy. Personally speaking. From my personal perspective or experience. Personally speaking, I don't believe this strategy aligns with our long-term goals and values. Personally speaking, I feel that open communication is the key to maintaining team morale. Personally speaking, I prefer a more collaborative environment when working on complex projects. It's my firm conviction that I am absolutely certain about something. It's my firm conviction that innovation should be an ongoing process, not a one-time initiative. It's my firm conviction that a strong company culture is key to long-term organizational success. It's my firm conviction that transparent leadership fosters trust and loyalty within an organization. I'm inclined to believe that. I am leaning towards thinking something is true. I'm inclined to believe that clearer communication will resolve most of the team's ongoing issues. I'm inclined to believe that the proposed solution will improve our overall operational efficiency. I'm inclined to believe that we should explore alternative methods for increasing our sales revenue. I tend to think that. I usually think this is the case. I tend to think that focusing on customer experience will improve our brand loyalty significantly. I tend to think that offering flexible work hours can boost employee satisfaction and productivity. I tend to think that we should reassess our marketing strategy before launching the next campaign. I feel that expressing an emotional or subjective opinion. I feel that encouraging collaboration between departments will lead to better overall results. I feel that we need more input from stakeholders before finalizing our decisions on this project. I feel that the company's current resources are not sufficient to meet the new project's demands. We're on the same page. We understand and agree with each other. We're on the same page when it comes to ensuring this expansion stays within budget. I'm glad we're on the same page about the presentation format. It will make a stronger impact. Since we're on the same page about our long-term goals, our collaboration will be more effective. That's a valid point. Acknowledge someone's argument as reasonable. That's a valid point about diversifying our product offerings to meet new market needs. When you mentioned improving training programs, that's a valid point we should explore. That's a valid point you made about the importance of transparency in leadership decisions. I completely agree with you. Full agreement with someone's view. I completely agree with you about the necessity of revising our current marketing strategy. I completely agree with you that balancing work and personal life is crucial for productivity. I completely agree with you that we need to improve communication across all departments. I couldn't agree more. I fully agree with you. After hearing your explanation, I couldn't agree more with your reasoning and approach. When you said teamwork is essential for success, I couldn't agree more with that statement. Given the current situation, I couldn't agree more with your decision to postpone the event. That's exactly how I feel. I completely support your opinion. Your description of the meeting's atmosphere? That's exactly how I feel about it too. The way you described your frustration with traffic, that's exactly how I feel every day. You mentioned the need for transparency, and that's exactly how I feel about leadership. I'm with you on that. I agree with you. If you believe collaboration is key to success, I'm with you on that wholeheartedly. I'm with you on that suggestion. It's crucial to address the issues before moving forward. I'm with you on that, especially when it comes to prioritizing sustainability in our projects. You've got a point there. What you said is valid or makes sense. When you said we should rethink our strategy, you've got a point there worth considering. You've got a point there. Investing in employee training will enhance overall productivity. Your suggestion to streamline the workflow? You've got a point there that's hard to ignore. Absolutely, I agree 100%. Completely and strongly agreeing. When you argue that the policy needs updating, absolutely, I agree 100% with that view. Absolutely, I agree 100% with your decision to prioritize quality over speed in this project. Absolutely, I agree 100% that communication is the key to solving most workplace conflicts. I second that. I support what has been said. I second that notion. Extending the deadline will ensure a higher quality of the final product. If you recommend we collaborate with them, I second that idea. It's a smart partnership move. I second that argument, as more research is definitely needed before making any final decisions. That's precisely my thought as well. Exactly what I was thinking too. When you said we should streamline our processes, that's precisely my thought as well. You mentioned increasing employee engagement, and that's precisely my thought as well. When you recommended investing in new technology, that's precisely my thought as well. I see your point, but I understand your opinion, but I disagree. I see your point, but the data doesn't entirely support the conclusion you're drawing here. I see your point, but the situation seems more complicated than you're making it out to be. I see your point, but our priority should be minimizing risks, not maximizing short-term gains. I'm afraid I have to disagree. A polite way of disagreeing. I'm afraid I have to disagree because your approach doesn't account for all relevant variables. I'm afraid I have to disagree. The proposal lacks sufficient evidence to justify its implementation. I'm afraid I have to disagree, as the assumptions you're making seem somewhat unrealistic here. That's not how I see it. I have a different perspective. That's not how I see it. The situation seems more complex than you're describing right now. That's not how I see it. The risks you're mentioning might not be as significant as you think. That's not how I see it. The issue seems to have more layers than you're acknowledging here. I beg to differ. I disagree with you. I beg to differ, as I think your perspective overlooks some critical facts in the situation. I beg to differ, because your solution seems impractical in the context of current limitations. I beg to differ, the evidence presented doesn't fully support the conclusion you're drawing here. With all due respect, I think. Politely disagreeing while showing respect. With all due respect, I think we should take a more cautious approach to this situation. With all due respect, I think there are alternative methods that we haven't considered yet. With all due respect, I think the issue may require more analysis before jumping to conclusions. I see things differently. I have a different opinion. I see things differently because the current strategy doesn't seem sustainable in the long run. I see things differently. The problem might be more complex than you're currently considering. I see things differently, as I believe the long-term effects could outweigh the immediate benefits. I wouldn't say that. Disagreeing in a soft or indirect way. I wouldn't say that's the best course of action without first evaluating all the available options. I wouldn't say that we're completely out of options, but the situation is becoming more difficult. I wouldn't say that the decision was wrong, but perhaps it could have been better thought out. I don't quite agree with that. A mild way of saying you disagree. I don't quite agree with that. The risks you're emphasizing don't seem as critical as you suggest. I don't quite agree with that. The data suggests a different conclusion than what you're implying. I don't quite agree with that, especially since alternative solutions haven't been fully explored yet. That might be true, but acknowledging a point but introducing disagreement. That might be true, but we still need more evidence before making a final decision here. That might be true, but we also have to consider the financial implications of such a choice. That might be true, but we should take a more balanced approach before moving forward. I'm not so sure about that. Expressing doubt about what was said. I'm not so sure about that. We may need more time to evaluate all the possible outcomes. I'm not so sure about that. The evidence doesn't seem to fully support your conclusion here. I'm not so sure about that. The long-term effects could be more significant than anticipated. What I'm trying to say is explaining what you really mean. What I'm trying to say is that communication is key to avoiding future misunderstandings. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes flexibility is necessary to achieve long-term success. What I'm trying to say is that teamwork will help us overcome these challenges more efficiently. Let me rephrase that. Saying something again in a different way for clarity. Let me rephrase that. The deadline is strict, but we can negotiate on the project scope. Let me rephrase that. The problem lies in execution, not necessarily in the strategy itself. Let me rephrase that: the budget is tight, but we can adjust by cutting non-essential expenses. In other words, restating something in simpler terms. In other words, the budget will only allow for essential upgrades, not optional features. In other words, our team must collaborate more closely to achieve these ambitious goals. In other words, improving customer satisfaction should be our top priority moving forward. If I'm not mistaken. To ensure that what you are saying is correct. If I'm not mistaken, the marketing team has already initiated the next campaign phase. If I'm not mistaken, the client's feedback was mostly positive, with a few minor changes. If I'm not mistaken, you mentioned that the meeting was scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow. Just to clarify. To make something clearer or more understandable. Just to clarify my earlier statement, I meant the deadline is next Monday, not Tuesday. I appreciate your input. Just to clarify, we need a unanimous decision for this proposal. Just to clarify, this policy applies to all employees, regardless of their position or department. To put it another way, restating something for better understanding. We need to improve customer service. To put it another way, our reputation depends on it. His performance was disappointing. To put it another way, he did not meet expectations at all. The instructions are confusing. To put it another way, I need more details to understand them. What I meant to say was correcting or clarifying what you originally said. What I meant to say was that we should focus on quality, not just meeting the deadline. What I meant to say was that the budget constraints are more flexible than initially stated. What I meant to say was that your proposal has potential, but it needs further refinement. Just to be clear. To make sure there is no misunderstanding. Just to be clear, is everyone aligned on the new deadline for this phase of the project? Just to be clear, attendance at the seminar is mandatory for all team members this month. The deadline for applications is approaching. Just to be clear, please complete all required. Let me put it this way. Offering an explanation or clarification. Let me put it this way, our current approach isn't working, and we need a new direction. Let me put it this way, the sooner we address these issues, the better for everyone involved. Let me put it this way, without additional resources, this project will face significant delays. If I understand correctly. Checking to confirm understanding. If I understand correctly, you're proposing a complete overhaul of the current project plan. If I understand correctly, we'll need more time to finalize the budget and resource allocation. If I understand correctly, the client is requesting additional features before the final delivery. I'm absolutely certain that expressing full confidence in something. I'm absolutely certain that honesty and integrity are essential qualities in a strong leader. I'm absolutely certain that we will win the championship this year with our talented team. I'm absolutely certain that hard work and determination will lead to success in any endeavor. There's no doubt in my mind that emphasizing that you have zero doubts about something. There's no doubt in my mind that kindness can change lives and make a difference. There's no doubt in my mind that practicing regularly leads to improvement in any skill. There's no doubt in my mind that we need to protect our environment for future generations. It's crystal clear that stating that something is very obvious or certain. It's crystal clear that pursuing your passions leads to greater happiness and satisfaction in life. It's crystal clear that technology continues to reshape how we connect and interact with others. It's crystal clear that setting achievable goals helps in maintaining motivation and progress in life. I'm 100% sure of it. Expressing complete certainty. I'm 100% sure of it. Practicing gratitude can improve your mental health and happiness. I'm 100% sure of it. The results of the experiment will confirm our hypothesis completely. I'm 100% sure of it. Traveling enhances personal growth and expands your worldview greatly. It's a fact that stating something as an undeniable truth. It's a fact that regular exercise boosts your mood and enhances overall mental well-being. It's a fact that drinking enough water is essential for maintaining good health and hydration. It's a fact that diversity in teams leads to more innovative solutions and better decision-making. Without a shadow of a doubt. Emphasizing that you are completely sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, family support plays a crucial role in achieving our dreams. Without a shadow of a doubt, kindness and compassion can heal emotional wounds in others. Without a shadow of a doubt, technology will continue to evolve and change our lives profoundly. I can say with complete confidence that expressing absolute certainty. I can say with complete confidence that kindness is a strength that transforms lives positively. I can say with complete confidence that the support of friends makes tough times much easier. I can say with complete confidence that learning from mistakes is essential for personal growth. I'm positive that confidently stating something is true. I'm positive that regular meditation can significantly reduce stress and promote mental clarity. I'm positive that traveling alone fosters independence and self-discovery like nothing else can. I'm positive that positive affirmations can boost self-esteem and improve overall mental health. I have no doubt that expressing strong confidence in something. After reviewing the facts, I have no doubt that this decision is in our best interest overall. After years of experience, I have no doubt that hard work always pays off in the long run. I have no doubt that practicing daily will help improve your skills in playing the guitar significantly. It's as clear as day. Stating that something is very obvious and certain. It's as clear as day that practicing gratitude can greatly enhance your overall life satisfaction. It's as clear as day that teamwork is essential for overcoming challenges and achieving success. It's as clear as day that spending time in nature improves mental health and overall happiness. Could you elaborate on that? Asking for more details or explanation. I would appreciate it if you could elaborate on that statistic you just presented to us today. I didn't fully understand your argument. Could you elaborate on that for better clarity, please? Before we proceed, could you elaborate on that concept so everyone can grasp its significance? What do you mean exactly? Asking for clarification on a specific point. Can you explain what you mean exactly when you say that the project is behind schedule? When you refer to the new approach, what do you mean exactly, and how does it work? I'm a bit confused. What do you mean exactly when you talk about efficiency improvements? Can you clarify that for me? Asking for further explanation or details. For better understanding, can you clarify that for me, especially the impact on our timeline? Can you clarify that for me? I'm struggling to understand your explanation about the deadlines. I think I missed something important. Can you clarify that for me about the meeting outcomes? I'm not sure I follow you. Expressing confusion and requesting clarification. I'm not sure I follow you. Could you provide an example to illustrate your main argument? I appreciate your insights, but I'm not sure I follow you regarding the recommended actions. Your last point was quite detailed, and I'm not sure I follow you completely. Can you simplify? Can you be more specific? Asking for a more detailed or exact explanation. Your analysis was insightful, but can you be more specific about the factors affecting sales? I understand your point, but can you be more specific about the metrics used for evaluation? I enjoyed your speech, but can you be more specific about your proposed solutions to the issues? Could you explain that in more detail? Asking for a thorough explanation. I'm intrigued by your theory. Could you explain that in more detail so I can understand better? Before I respond, could you explain that in more detail, particularly about the main challenges? Your strategy sounds promising. Could you explain that in more detail so the team can follow? Do you mind explaining what you mean? Politely requesting further explanation. The term you used was unfamiliar to me. Do you mind explaining what you mean exactly? I'd like to understand better. Do you mind explaining what you mean by strategic alignment? During the meeting, I was confused by your comments. Do you mind explaining what you mean? I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it? Asking someone to repeat what they said. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it more slowly for better understanding? During your presentation, I didn't quite catch that crucial detail. Could you repeat it for clarity? I'm trying to follow along, but I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat your last statement? Would you mind going over that again? Asking for a second explanation. I appreciate your explanation, but would you mind going over that again for the team's clarity? There was a lot of information shared. Would you mind going over that again for better retention? Your argument is compelling. Would you mind going over that again to ensure I understand it fully? I'm planning to. Stating your future intentions. I'm planning to volunteer at the local shelter to give back to the community and help. I'm planning to travel to Europe this summer and explore various countries and cultures. I'm planning to enroll in a photography course to capture beautiful moments and landscapes. I've decided to. Informing someone of a decision you've made. I've decided to take a break from social media for my mental health and well-being. I've decided to pursue a career in environmental science to make a positive impact on Earth. I've decided to learn a new language to broaden my horizons and enhance communication skills. My goal is to. Describing a specific objective or aim. My goal is to run a marathon next year, pushing my limits and achieving personal growth. My goal is to write and publish a novel that inspires others through my unique storytelling. My goal is to improve my public speaking skills to boost my confidence in professional settings. In the near future, I intend to expressing your short-term plans. In the near future, I intend to start a podcast discussing topics I am passionate about regularly. In the near future, I intend to take up painting as a creative outlet for stress relief and enjoyment. In the near future, I intend to create a budget plan that helps me manage my finances effectively. I'm working towards. Talking about your ongoing efforts to achieve something. I'm working towards developing my art skills through consistent practice and online classes. I'm working towards learning a new language to enhance my job opportunities in the future. Every day, I'm working towards improving my physical fitness and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. I've been thinking about mentioning an idea or plan you've been considering. I've been thinking about volunteering more frequently to give back to my local community. Lately, I've been thinking about starting a blog to share my experiences and thoughts online. Recently, I've been thinking about how to improve my time management and productivity skills. At some point, I'd like to. Talking about a future plan, without a set timeline. At some point, I'd like to write a book that reflects my personal experiences and adventures. At some point, I'd like to participate in a marathon to challenge myself and improve my fitness. At some point, I'd like to visit all 7 continents to experience diverse cultures and landscapes. I'm hoping to. Expressing your hopes for future plans. I'm hoping to finish my novel this year and share my story with readers who enjoy fiction. I'm hoping to volunteer at a local animal shelter and help care for abandoned pets in need. I'm hoping to secure an internship this summer to gain practical experience in my field of study. My long-term plan is to. Describing a goal or plan that will take a long time. My long-term plan is to earn a graduate degree and advance my career in healthcare. My long-term plan is to achieve financial independence by investing wisely and saving diligently. My long-term plan is to build a sustainable home that reflects my eco-friendly values and lifestyle. I'm aiming to. Describing your target or goal. I'm aiming to complete my certification course before the end of the year for advancement. I'm aiming to become more environmentally conscious by reducing waste and recycling regularly. I'm aiming to participate in more community events to connect with local residents and neighbors. How about we? Suggesting a possible course of action. How about we take a short trip to the mountains next month for a weekend getaway? How about we schedule a meeting next week to discuss the project's progress and challenges? How about we start exercising together to motivate each other and maintain a healthy lifestyle? Why don't we? Proposing an idea or action. Why don't we host a charity event to give back to our community and make a difference? Why don't we consider volunteering at the local shelter to help those in need this weekend? Why don't we start a book club to discuss interesting books and share our perspectives regularly? Have you thought about suggesting an idea for consideration? Have you thought about joining a local sports team to meet new people and stay active? Have you thought about taking a short vacation to recharge and gain a fresh perspective on life? Have you thought about starting a blog to share your experiences and connect with others online? Wouldn't it be better if proposing an alternative? Wouldn't it be better if we planned our events further in advance to avoid last-minute stress? Wouldn't it be better if we organized a meeting to address the team's concerns and suggestions? Wouldn't it be better if we started our project earlier to ensure we meet the deadline comfortably? I suggest we Offering a recommendation. I suggest we organize a team meeting to discuss everyone's ideas and concerns regarding this. I suggest we collaborate more closely with the marketing team to enhance our campaign strategy. I suggest we implement a feedback system to improve our services based on customer experiences. What if we? Proposing a possible idea or solution. What if we launched a social media campaign to engage with our audience more effectively? What if we created a survey to gather insights on customer preferences for our next product? What if we offered discounts for first-time customers to encourage them to try our services? Perhaps we could. A softer way of suggesting something. Perhaps we could schedule a brainstorming session to generate new and innovative ideas. Perhaps we could conduct a survey to gather feedback from our target audience effectively. Perhaps we could collaborate with another department to enhance our overall project outcomes. It might be a good idea to. Suggesting a course of action that is beneficial. It might be a good idea to schedule regular check-ins to monitor our project's progress closely. It might be a good idea to explore alternative solutions before committing to the current plan. It might be a good idea to consult with the experts before implementing any significant changes. We could always. Proposing an option or alternative. We could always prioritize the most urgent tasks to ensure timely completion of our project. We could always utilize technology to streamline our workflow and improve efficiency overall. We could always seek assistance from colleagues who have experience with similar situations. One possible solution could be offering a potential solution. One possible solution could be to implement a new software tool to improve productivity. One possible solution could be to increase our marketing efforts to reach a wider audience. One possible solution could be to conduct a thorough analysis of our current operations first. I'm not entirely sure, but. Indicating doubt while offering an opinion. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe the concert tickets sold out in just a few minutes. I'm not entirely sure, but that restaurant may have closed down due to lack of customers. I'm not entirely sure, but the weather forecast suggests it might rain later this afternoon. It's hard to say for sure, but Expressing uncertainty about a situation. It's hard to say for sure, but that theory might explain some recent scientific findings. It's hard to say for sure, but the movie might get mixed reviews from critics and audiences. It's hard to say for sure, but the new policy could affect many employees in our department. I'm not convinced that. Not being fully persuaded by something. I'm not convinced that the changes made to the system will improve its overall performance. I'm not convinced that our current strategy aligns with the long-term goals of the organization. I'm not convinced that the team is prepared for the challenges they will face in the competition. I have my doubts about that. Expressing skepticism or hesitation. I have my doubts about that investment opportunity being as profitable as they claim it is. I have my doubts about whether the team can complete the project within the given timeline. I have my doubts about the sustainability of this business model in today's economic climate. It's a bit unclear to me. Indicating that something is confusing or uncertain. After reviewing the presentation, I found it's a bit unclear to me what the main objectives are. It's a bit unclear to me why the deadline was moved up without any prior notice or explanation. It's a bit unclear to me how the project timeline aligns with our current resources and priorities. I'm on the fence about it. Being undecided or unsure. I'm on the fence about it, as I'm torn between two equally compelling options right now. I'm on the fence about it, unsure whether to invest my time and energy into this project. I'm on the fence about it, feeling uncertain about the potential risks and rewards involved. I can't say for certain. Not being completely sure. I can't say for certain what the outcome of the negotiations will be without more information. I can't say for certain whether the project will succeed without adequate resources and support. I can't say for certain if the new product will meet consumer expectations and demands effectively. I'm not 100% sure, but expressing partial certainty. I'm not 100% sure, but there could be a chance of rain this evening, so plan accordingly. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the train should arrive at the station in about 15 minutes. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems that the deadline for submissions has been extended again. I suppose it could be true, but Acknowledging a possibility while expressing doubt. I suppose it could be true, but I have reservations based on the information presented so far. I suppose it could be true, but the source of the information seems a bit questionable to me. I suppose it could be true, but past experiences led me to remain skeptical about the claims. There's some uncertainty surrounding. Indicating that there is doubt or confusion about something. There's some uncertainty surrounding the future of the project due to funding issues. There's some uncertainty surrounding the event's schedule because of recent weather forecasts. There's some uncertainty surrounding the final decision about the school's budget for next year. It's crucial to note that pointing out something very important. It's crucial to note that teamwork often leads to better results than individual efforts. It's crucial to note that deadlines are flexible but should still be respected when possible. It's crucial to note that our safety procedures have been updated for everyone's well-being. What's important here is that highlighting the key point. What's important here is that the project stays within budget and meets all requirements. What's important here is that we maintain our focus on achieving our collective goals together. What's important here is that we understand the implications of our actions on the environment. I can't stress enough how emphasizing the importance of something. I can't stress enough how much proper nutrition impacts your overall health and well-being. I can't stress enough how teamwork can enhance creativity and lead to innovative solutions. I can't stress enough how preparation can significantly improve our performance during the event. The key point is that focusing on the main idea. The key point is that consistent practice is crucial for mastering any new skill effectively. The key point is that empathy plays a vital role in building strong relationships with others. The key point is that strong leadership fosters a culture of trust and collaboration among teams. It's essential to understand that pointing out something that must be known. It's essential to understand that change is a natural part of personal and professional growth. It's essential to understand that communication is key to any successful relationship or team. It's essential to understand that our decisions impact not only ourselves but also those around us. I must highlight the fact that Bringing attention to an important fact. I must highlight the fact that everyone's contribution is valuable to our team's overall success. I must highlight the fact that continuous learning is key to staying relevant in today's job market. I must highlight the fact that early intervention can prevent issues from escalating in the workplace. It's worth mentioning that suggesting something that deserves attention. It's worth mentioning that small changes can lead to significant improvements in daily life. It's worth mentioning that continuous learning is crucial in today's ever-changing job market. It's worth mentioning that technology can both help and hinder communication among teams. One thing to bear in mind is reminding someone of an important factor. One thing to bear in mind is that flexibility can lead to unexpected opportunities in any project. One thing to bear in mind is that everyone learns differently, so patience is essential in education. One thing to bear in mind is that developing a routine can help establish healthy habits over time. Above all, we must remember highlighting the most important idea. Above all, we must remember that the choices we make shape our future and define us. Above all, we must remember that our health and well-being should always come first in life. Above all, we must remember that kindness can create a positive impact on those around us. Let's not forget that reminding someone of an important fact or idea. Let's not forget that gratitude can significantly improve our outlook on life and relationships. Let's not forget that teamwork requires effort and dedication from every member of the group. Let's not forget that embracing diversity enriches our lives and promotes creativity and innovation. Have you ever thought about suggesting a new idea or topic for consideration? Have you ever thought about the benefits of meditation for mental health and well-being? Have you ever thought about the impact of climate change on future generations and wildlife? Have you ever thought about what makes a good leader in today's complex work environments? I'd like to bring up the topic of introducing a new subject to discuss. I'd like to bring up the topic of sustainable practices in our current business operations. I'd like to bring up the topic of mental health awareness during our next team meeting. I'd like to bring up the topic of innovative strategies for enhancing customer satisfaction levels. Something worth considering is Presenting an idea for further thought. Something worth considering is how our decisions impact future generations and their lives. Something worth considering is the importance of mental health in today's fast-paced world. Something worth considering is the impact of social media on our communication skills today. That reminds me of introducing a new idea related to the conversation. That reminds me of a recent article I read about the importance of self-care practices. That reminds me of a project I worked on that greatly improved our team's efficiency levels. That reminds me of the time we faced challenges but ultimately found effective solutions together. I'd like to mention that. Politely starting to talk about a topic. I'd like to mention that everyone's contributions are valuable and help us achieve our goals. I'd like to mention that effective collaboration can lead to better outcomes for our projects. I'd like to mention that feedback is essential for personal and professional growth in our team. I've been thinking a lot about sharing an idea that has been on your mind. I've been thinking a lot about the need for better communication within our team. I've been thinking a lot about the impact of climate change on future generations' lives. I've been thinking a lot about pursuing further education to advance my career prospects. A thought crossed my mind recently. Introducing an idea that came to you. A thought crossed my mind recently while watching a documentary about climate change. A thought crossed my mind recently about planning a spontaneous weekend getaway trip. A thought crossed my mind recently about volunteering and giving back to my community. It might be interesting to explore. Suggesting a new topic or idea for discussion. It might be interesting to explore the history of our favorite cuisines from around the world. It might be interesting to explore the benefits of meditation for stress relief and mental clarity. It might be interesting to explore different cultural practices during the holiday season together. I'd like to raise an issue regarding bringing up a topic for discussion, often a concern. I'd like to raise an issue regarding the lack of communication in our current project updates. I'd like to raise an issue regarding the fairness of our current evaluation and feedback process. I'd like to raise an issue regarding the scheduling of our upcoming team meetings and conflicts. There's something I've been meaning to discuss. Introducing a topic you've been wanting to talk about. There's something I've been meaning to discuss, but I haven't found the right moment. I feel there's something I've been meaning to discuss regarding our friendship dynamics. There's something I've been meaning to discuss that's been weighing heavily on my mind. Would you mind helping me with? Politely asking for assistance. Would you mind helping me proofread my report before I submit it to the boss tomorrow? Would you mind helping me carry these boxes to the storage room before the meeting starts? Would you mind helping me figure out this math problem? It's been giving me trouble all day. Could I ask you for a favor? Asking someone to do something for you. Could I ask you for a favor and review my application before I submit it? It's really important. Could I ask you for a favor? I need someone to cover my shift next Monday if you're available. Could I ask you for a favor? My computer crashed, and I need to use yours for a few minutes. I'd really appreciate it if you could. Making a polite request. I'd really appreciate it if you could keep an eye on my dog while I'm away this weekend. I'd really appreciate it if you could drive me to the airport. My car broke down unexpectedly. I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a hand with this furniture. It's too heavy to lift alone. Could you possibly? A polite way to request something. Could you possibly pick up my dry cleaning for me this afternoon? I'm swamped with work. Could you possibly take a quick look at my computer? It's acting strange, and I don't know why. Could you possibly remind me about the meeting schedule tomorrow? I'm afraid I might forget. If it's not too much trouble, could you? Asking for something in a considerate manner. If it's not too much trouble, could you review the document for any last-minute errors? If it's not too much trouble, could you give me a ride to the airport tomorrow morning? If it's not too much trouble, could you send me the meeting notes by the end of today? Would it be possible for you to? Asking someone if they are able to do something. Would it be possible for you to attend the conference call at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon? Would it be possible for you to share your expertise on the subject during the meeting? Would it be possible for you to bring the extra materials for our group project presentation? Could you do me a small favor? Asking for a minor favor in a polite way. Could you do me a small favor and send the email to our manager for approval today? Could you do me a small favor by proofreading this document before I submit it tomorrow? Could you do me a small favor and call the client to confirm the meeting time for Thursday? I wonder if you'd be willing to. A polite way of asking someone to do something. I wonder if you'd be willing to mentor the new interns joining our department next week. I wonder if you'd be willing to review my research paper before the final submission date. I wonder if you'd be willing to share your insights on the project during tomorrow's meeting. Is there any chance you could? Asking someone if they can help, usually with some doubt. Is there any chance you could extend the deadline for the assignment by just one more day? Is there any chance you could update me on the progress of the report by the end of today? Is there any chance you could meet me at the coffee shop around 3 p.m. to discuss the project? I was hoping you might be able to. Politely asking for something with a hopeful tone. I was hoping you might be able to attend the charity event with us this coming weekend. I was hoping you might be able to offer feedback on the new marketing strategy we proposed. I was hoping you might be able to help us brainstorm ideas for the upcoming campaign launch. Let's agree to disagree. Accepting that both parties have different opinions. We've debated this enough, so let's agree to disagree and move forward with our meeting. It seems like we've both made valid points, but let's agree to disagree and keep things civil. Despite our differing views, it's better to agree to disagree instead of continuing this argument. I guess we'll have to leave it at that. Concluding a conversation where there is no agreement. The meeting ran longer than expected, so I guess we'll have to leave it at that and move on. Given the circumstances, I guess we'll have to leave it at that and revisit the issue another time. Since we're unable to agree on this, I guess we'll have to leave it at that until we get more input. We might just have different perspectives. Acknowledging differing opinions. After all this discussion, it seems we might just have different perspectives on this matter. It's possible that we'll never agree because we might just have different perspectives here. Let's acknowledge that we might just have different perspectives and respect each other's views. It looks like we see this differently. Recognizing that two people don't agree. Based on what you've said, It looks like we see this differently than I initially thought. After hearing your point of view, it looks like we see this differently, and that's totally okay. We've explored the issue, and it looks like we see this differently, but I respect your view. We can respect each other's opinions on this. Agreeing to respect differing viewpoints. Even though we disagree on the details, we can respect each other's opinions on this topic. Our viewpoints may differ, but I believe we can respect each other's opinions on this matter. While we may never agree, it's important that we can respect each other's opinions on this. Let's just move on for now. Suggesting to end a discussion without further disagreement. It's clear we're not resolving this today, so let's just move on for now and regroup later. Let's agree that we're not making progress here and just move on for now to another topic. We've exhausted all arguments, so let's just move on for now and return to this another time. I think we can both accept our differences. Agreeing that it's okay to disagree. We may not see eye to eye, but I think we can both accept our differences now. Instead of arguing further, I think we can both accept our differences and agree to disagree. At this point, I think we can both accept our differences and focus on finding common ground. Let's leave it as it is. Deciding not to continue the debate. We've analyzed everything thoroughly, so let's leave it as it is and save time for other things. No one seems willing to compromise, so let's leave it as it is and avoid dragging this out longer. We've made enough progress for now, so let's leave it as it is and continue with other matters. We're not going to find common ground on this. Acknowledging that no agreement will be reached. After hours of debate, it's clear we're not going to find common ground on this issue today. It seems that we're not going to find common ground on this, and that's perfectly acceptable. We've reached a point where we're not going to find common ground on this, so let's stop here. I think it's time to table this discussion. Suggesting to postpone or end the discussion. The conversation seems to be going in circles, so I think it's time to table this discussion. We've explored every angle, and I think it's time to table this discussion for another meeting. Considering the lack of consensus, I think it's time to table this discussion and revisit it later. I apologize for any confusion. Saying sorry for causing misunderstanding. I apologize for any confusion about the process. I'll clarify everything in the next meeting. I apologize for any confusion caused by the different versions of the document sent earlier. I deeply apologize for any confusion regarding the deadlines that were communicated last week. My apologies for the inconvenience. Apologizing for causing trouble or difficulty. My apologies for the inconvenience of having to reschedule our meeting on such short notice. My apologies for the inconvenience caused by the server outage during your recent transaction. My apologies for the inconvenience of having to wait longer than initially expected for delivery. I'm terribly sorry about that. Expressing deep regret for something. I'm terribly sorry about that oversight in the report. I'll correct it as soon as possible. I'm terribly sorry about that mistake in your invoice. I'll send a revised version promptly. I'm terribly sorry about that mix-up with your order. We're working to fix it immediately. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Apologizing and explaining it was not intentional. I didn't mean to cause any trouble by missing the deadline. I'll fix the issue immediately. I didn't mean to cause any trouble by changing the plan. I'll explain my reasoning clearly. I didn't mean to cause any trouble by suggesting a different approach during the meeting. Please accept my sincerest apologies. A very formal way of saying sorry. Please accept my sincerest apologies for the oversight in our last report. It was unintentional. Please accept my sincerest apologies for the error in your invoice. We'll correct it immediately. Please accept my sincerest apologies for the confusion caused by my earlier miscommunication. I regret the misunderstanding. Feeling sorry for a situation where communication failed. I regret the misunderstanding and hope we can resolve the issue as soon as possible. I regret the misunderstanding that led to confusion, and I'll take steps to prevent it next time. I sincerely regret the misunderstanding, and I'm committed to making sure it doesn't occur again. I owe you an apology. Acknowledging that you need to apologize. I owe you an apology for my oversight in addressing your concerns during the meeting. I owe you an apology for any frustration caused by the delay in processing your request. I owe you an apology for not responding to your message sooner. That was my mistake. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings. Apologizing for any confusion caused. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings and appreciate your patience while we sort this out. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings that might have contributed to the current confusion. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings that have caused unnecessary confusion in this matter. It wasn't my intention to offend. Apologizing for something that unintentionally hurt someone. It wasn't my intention to offend anyone with my remarks. I'll be more mindful in the future. It wasn't my intention to offend anyone with my comments during the meeting. I truly apologize. It wasn't my intention to offend with my critique. I was aiming to provide constructive feedback. I'm really sorry about that mistake. Apologizing for the error you made. I'm really sorry about that mistake in your order. We'll ship the correct item immediately. I'm really sorry about that mistake with the invoice. We'll send a revised version right away. I'm really sorry about that mistake in the schedule. I'll make sure it's updated and accurate. I'm fed up with. Expressing that you've had enough of something. I'm fed up with the noise from the construction site next door. It's never ending. I'm fed up with the constant delays in our project. It's becoming unbearable for everyone. I'm fed up with people interrupting me during meetings. It feels disrespectful and discouraging. I'm getting really frustrated by. Describing increasing annoyance. I'm getting really frustrated by traffic jams during my commute. It's making me late every day. I'm getting really frustrated by the repetitive questions in class. It feels like we're not progressing. I'm getting really frustrated by the customer service. They never seem to have the right answers. It's really annoying me that. Expressing that something is bothering you. It's really annoying me that the weather is unpredictable, ruining my weekend plans every time. It's really annoying me that the Wi-Fi connection drops out during crucial moments of my work. It's really annoying me that people talk during movies. It ruins the experience for everyone involved. I can't stand it anymore. Expressing that you can't tolerate something any longer. I can't stand it anymore. The constant delays on public transport are making me lose my mind. I can't stand it anymore. My roommates keep leaving dirty dishes in the sink every single day. I can't stand it anymore. The negativity at work is draining my energy and enthusiasm entirely. I'm losing my patience with. Describing that you're running out of tolerance. I'm losing my patience with my friend's constant late arrivals when we have plans to meet. I'm losing my patience with the ongoing arguments that seem to never lead to any resolution. I'm losing my patience with the way my teammates keep ignoring my suggestions during meetings. It's driving me crazy that. How something is making you feel very annoyed. It's driving me crazy that my neighbors play loud music every night. I can't get any sleep. It's driving me crazy that the delivery is delayed. I need those shoes for tomorrow's event. It's driving me crazy that my coworkers are always interrupting me while I'm trying to focus. I'm at my wit's end. You don't know how to deal with a situation anymore. I'm at my wit's end trying to figure out why my computer won't start. It's very frustrating. I'm at my wit's end with my toddler's tantrums. I don't know how to handle them anymore. I'm at my wit's end trying to meet all these deadlines. It's becoming impossible to manage. I'm so tired of. Describing that you're exhausted by something. I'm so tired of my phone running out of storage. I need to delete so many files constantly. I'm so tired of hearing negative news. It's disheartening and makes it hard to stay positive. I'm so tired of my friends canceling plans last minute. It feels like they don't value my time. I'm done with this. Expressing that you no longer want to deal with a situation. I'm done with this. I refuse to tolerate disrespectful behavior from anyone in my life anymore. I'm done with this. I need to prioritize my mental health above everything else starting today. I'm done with this. The repeated failures of this project have made me rethink my involvement. I've had enough of. Expressing that you can't tolerate something any longer. I've had enough of the misleading advertisements. I expect honesty from companies I support. I've had enough of my family's negativity. I want to surround myself with more positivity instead. I've had enough of the constant drama and arguments that disrupt our family gatherings every time. Keep up the great work. Encouraging someone to continue doing good work. Keep up the great work, and don't let small setbacks get in the way of your achievements. Your progress is incredible. Keep up the great work, and you'll reach your targets in no time. You've done an excellent job so far. Keep up the great work and continue striving for excellence. You're on the right track. Reassuring someone they are doing well and should continue. The steps you're taking prove that you're on the right track, so don't lose momentum now. Don't worry about the challenges, you're on the right track and heading in the right direction. The improvements you've made show that you're on the right track, so just keep pushing forward. Don't give up, you've got this. Motivating someone to keep going and not quit. Every challenge is a step toward your goal. Don't give up, you've got this in the bag. Keep believing in yourself. Don't give up, you've got this, and you'll achieve great things. Don't give up, you've got this. Just keep pushing and soon you'll overcome these challenges. Stay positive, and good things will come. Encouraging optimism and patience. Even in difficult times, stay positive, and good things will come your way before you know it. Stay positive, and good things will come. Optimism is the key to unlocking your true potential. When challenges arise, stay positive, and good things will come, leading you closer to your dreams. I believe in your potential. Expressing faith in someone's ability to succeed. I believe in your potential to excel, so keep working hard, and everything will fall into place. No matter how hard it gets, I believe in your potential to overcome every obstacle in your path. I believe in your potential to achieve greatness, and I know you'll reach the heights you aim for. You're making great progress. Encouraging someone by recognizing their improvement. It may not feel fast, but you're making great progress toward achieving your long-term dreams. You're making great progress with each small step, so don't lose sight of how far you've come. Keep going strong, you're making great progress and moving steadily toward your aspirations. The sky's the limit for you. Telling someone they have endless potential. You're capable of achieving anything, the sky's the limit for you, so keep pushing forward. With your talent and determination, the sky's the limit for you, so dream big and aim high. Stay focused on your goals because the sky's the limit for you and your future achievements. You'll get there, just keep pushing. Motivating someone to keep trying and not give up. No matter how slow progress seems, you'll get there, just keep pushing forward every day. You'll get there, just keep pushing through the challenges and don't lose sight of your goal. You'll get there, just keep pushing, every effort you make is bringing you closer to your dreams. You've come a long way, don't stop now. Encouraging someone to continue their efforts. You've come a long way, so don't stop now, keep pushing, and your success will soon follow. You've come a long way, don't stop now because you're closer to your goal than ever before. You've come a long way, don't stop now, you're stronger and more capable than you realize. Your efforts will definitely pay off. Reassuring someone that their hard work will lead to success. Keep putting in the hard work, your efforts will definitely pay off sooner than you think. Stay consistent because your efforts will definitely pay off in ways you can't even imagine. No matter how tough it seems, trust that your efforts will definitely pay off in the long run. I really appreciate your help. Expressing gratitude for assistance. I really appreciate your help with the project, it wouldn't have succeeded without you. I really appreciate your help, your expertise made a significant difference in our outcome. I really appreciate your help, I couldn't have accomplished this without your support and advice. Thank you for your time. A polite way to thank someone for spending their time. Thank you for your time and consideration during our meeting. I truly value your input. I wanted to express my gratitude. Thank you for your time spent reviewing my proposal. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you for your time in discussing my concerns with me. I'm extremely grateful for. Expressing deep appreciation. I'm extremely grateful for the kindness you've shown. Your generosity has truly inspired me. I'm extremely grateful for all the help you provided. Your assistance made a huge difference. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. Your knowledge is invaluable to me. You've been a great help. Thanking someone for their assistance. You've been a great help in coordinating our efforts. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, you've been a great help in making this project a success for everyone involved. You've been a great help throughout this process, and I genuinely appreciate your commitment. I can't thank you enough. Expressing overwhelming gratitude. I can't thank you enough for your encouragement. It truly motivated me to keep going. Your assistance has been invaluable. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done. I can't thank you enough for your unwavering support during this challenging period in my life. I'm so thankful for. Expressing thanks for something specific. I'm so thankful for the kindness you've shown. It has inspired me to help others too. I'm so thankful for the time you spent with me. Your advice was invaluable and uplifting. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to collaborate with you. It has been an enriching experience. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. Expressing extreme gratitude for someone's help. I can't believe how much you helped. You're a lifesaver. Thank you for everything. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. Without your support, I don't know how I would manage. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. Your quick response made a significant difference for our team. I'm forever in your debt. Saying that you owe someone for their help or kindness. I'm forever in your debt for the guidance you've provided. It has shaped my career path. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. I'm forever in your debt for your unwavering support. I'm forever in your debt for your kindness and understanding during my moments of struggle. Thanks a million. An informal way to express great thanks. Thanks a million for your support. I couldn't have accomplished this without your help. I appreciate your dedication. Thanks a million for always being there when I needed help. Thanks a million for your encouragement. It has made a significant impact on my confidence. I truly appreciate it. A formal and heartfelt way to express gratitude. I truly appreciate it when you take the time to listen and provide helpful feedback. I truly appreciate it. Your support made all the difference during this challenging time in my life. I truly appreciate it. Your thoughtful gesture brightened my day and lifted my spirits immensely. I didn't see that coming. Expressing shock or surprise at something unexpected. After the final twist in the movie, I turned to my friend and said, I didn't see that coming. I thought the meeting was going well until the manager fired someone. I didn't see that coming. When the quiet student gave an incredible speech, everyone agreed. I didn't see that coming. Wow, that's unexpected. Showing surprise or disbelief at something. After reading the shocking news article, I couldn't help but think, wow, that's unexpected. When the weather turned sunny during the rainstorm, I exclaimed, wow, that's unexpected. Seeing my childhood friend after 10 years was a delightful moment. Wow, that's unexpected. I can't believe it. Expressing shock or disbelief. When he proposed during dinner, I was left speechless and just said, I can't believe it. When I heard about the incredible fundraising total, I was stunned and said, I can't believe it. The sudden announcement of a concert by my favorite band made me shout, I can't believe it. That took me by surprise. Saying something was unexpected. Hearing that my favorite restaurant was closing soon took me by surprise. I had to visit again. The unexpected snowstorm last night definitely took me by surprise, catching everyone off guard. The plot twist in the series finale truly took me by surprise, changing everything I thought I knew. You've got to be kidding me. Expressing shock or disbelief, often used informally. You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe they actually cancelled the concert last minute. I was shocked when they announced a surprise test. I thought, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. How could the project be due tomorrow when we just started? That's unbelievable. Expressing surprise at something that seems incredible. The magician's final trick left everyone speechless. All I could think was, that's unbelievable. The amount of food they donated to the shelter this year is truly remarkable. That's unbelievable. When I learned about the incredible rescue mission, I couldn't help but think, that's unbelievable. I wasn't expecting that. Expressing surprise at an unforeseen event. Hearing that my best friend was moving away left me shocked. I wasn't expecting that at all. Learning about the unexpected promotion at work made me say, I wasn't expecting that today. When my favorite band released a new album, I couldn't help but think, I wasn't expecting that. I'm amazed by. Describing your astonishment at something. I'm amazed by how quickly technology evolves. It feels like a new device comes out weekly. I'm amazed by the generosity of people who contribute to local charities during the holidays. The stunning views from the mountaintop left me speechless. I'm amazed by nature's beauty. I never would have imagined that. Expressing surprise at something you didn't expect. I never would have imagined that we could become such good friends after only meeting once. When I visited Paris, I never would have imagined that the Eiffel Tower would be so breathtaking. I never would have imagined that my hobby would turn into a successful business venture for me.